At MU Health, yes empowers. It's the oxygen that fuels innovation, creates breakthroughs, and gets heads nodding. Yes isn't scared of cancer. Cancer is scared of yes. Yes is a cure for type 1 diabetes, and its momentum unstoppable. At Mid-Missouri's only academic health center, we live by the word yes, and it always finds a way.
Good morning and welcome to Radio Friends on Monday, January the 9th. I'm going to introduce you to SHAWNA Johnson, who is with us. Good morning, SHAWNA.
Nice
from Access Arts. Now, we're going to talk a little bit about Access Arts, but also about a special project that you have. For people who may not be familiar, tell us what Access Arts is all about.
Sure. Access Arts is a nonprofit here in town. We were founded in 1971, and we provide visual art classes and workshops for the community, with an emphasis on the underserved populations among us. So we do painting, drawing, ceramics, fibers, all different types of visual arts.
So you offer these classes in all the different types of artwork?
Yeah, all year round.
And how long do the classes last? Are they several weeks? Or?
Most of them are in a 6-week session where you come once a week for your class for 6 weeks. But then we also periodically offer weekend workshops or classes or projects that might go a little longer.
Yeah. What kind of response do you have from the community with this?
Overall, with all of our classes, well, it's really fabulous. We have a lot of students that have been taking classes with us for years. They grew up here, took classes as a child, and now they're taking classes as adults, and their children are across the hall in
taking
another
classes
class.
too.
Yeah,
that's very nice.
Yeah.
So if people want information about Access Arts, how do they sign up? How do they enroll? What do they do?
That's all usually taken care of through our website, and that is schoolofservice.org.
Okay,
Yeah.
schoolofservice.org. Now, another reason you're here is to tell us about a very special project to help relieve hunger.
That's right. If you've never heard of the Empty Bowls Project, it's a project that it's grown to international scope now. It was started in the early 90s in Michigan. But essentially, artists create bowls, and then they serve food and raise money to help the hungry among them. And so the idea is every time you look at that bowl that you've purchased, you will remember that there are empty bowls out there, people who can't afford food. And so this year we are partnering with Columbia Center for Urban Agriculture and the local 4-H chapters to have an Empty Bowls project here. Yeah. So Access Arts will be facilitating groups, church groups, youth groups, any group that wants to schedule can come and make bowls with us, and then we will fire them, and CCUA is overseeing food donations and creating a meal for the project.
And this will benefit the food bank.
Yes, all the money raised will be devoted to ending hunger in Columbia.
Oh, thank you, SHAWNA Johnson, so much for coming by, filling us in, and please come back again.
Of course, and by the way, people can sign up if they want to make a bowl. They can sign up on our website as well.
Okay, so if you want to make a bowl to help alleviate hunger, you can sign up on the Access Arts website.
Absolutely.
Got it. Thank you. And come back,
Paul.
please.
Yes.
Now I turn to Mike Porter. Good to have you here,
Paul.
Mike. And sitting right next to you, a regular guest on Radio Friends,
well, good
Larry
morning, Paul.
Brown. Yeah, but you don't have a story today, do you?
A little different hat today.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I do have a story, but it's about Osher.
Yeah, Osher at Mizzou. And Mike Porter is here to tell us about it. But Larry Brown is one of the renowned
One of
professors
our renowned
there,
teachers
right?
there, absolutely. Yeah, so I brought him here to say, here, these are the people that teach for us.
Yeah, so tell me about Osher at Mizzou.
Well, what we want to tell you about is the fact that we have our upcoming winter session is beginning on January 17th.
Okay.
So by the time people hear this, they can start registering for courses. They can go online at osher@missouri.edu, and they can...
Osher at Missouri or Osher at Mizzou?
Osher
at Missouri.
It's osher.missouri.edu.
Okay, osher.missouri.edu.
Right, and that will get them there. Actually, if they just type Osher,
It'll get
Google will take them.
Okay, all right.
And so we have a 4-week session. Normally our sessions we have 2 8-week sessions, we have 2 4-week sessions. This is the 4-week session, January, half of January, half of February.
Okay.
And we're offering about a number of different classes. They're fabulous.
Okay. And is Larry one of
And
the teachers?
Larry's one of the classes.
So what are you teaching, Larry? Storytelling?
Well, no. This semester I'll be teaching Terrorism and Contemporary Cultures of Violence.
Oh, that
Now,
sounds interesting.
Well, often for Osher, I've done some geography courses, some historic geography of the
Have you
United
ever done
States.
storytelling courses?
I did a Storytelling 101, yes, for
Yeah.
Osher, yes.
But
last year.
this time it's what?
Terrorism and Contemporary Cultures of Violence. I'm going to be looking at how terrorism has been framed, how it's been understood. I mean, this is nothing new, what we experience today, from empires and rebellions and times of anarchy in the past, but I'll be looking at how today's understanding of terrorism fits in this historic context.
How do you think it has changed as far as the way we think of terrorism today as to what it was 200 years ago?
Well, there are several differences. One is a matter of scale. I mean, we're seeing now terrorism operating at a global scale.
And because
that's-
of instant communication.
Exactly, precisely.
Because of that
precisely.
instant communication, it can be global.
And we're looking now at a part of that is what I'm going to be talking about is what I'm calling it Armageddon worldviews, or nurturing fearful worldviews. And when that's done at a global scale, that's different. When you're continually saying you need to do something because the world's coming apart, you need to do something. Now that's been happened in isolated cultural dimensions, and sometimes in the context of large-scale warfare that goes on too. But I also want to be looking at how people value violence, how it's a choice about that's how I'm going to solve problems. Not that it does, but that people choose or think that we can solve this problem by acting violently. And I want to spend some time with that too, and then of course, at the end of this course, look at ways to counter that, to find alternatives to acting in violence.
Maybe a little kindness. A little kindness would go a long way, wouldn't it?
Well, of course, but perhaps understanding why we get caught as individuals and as cultures and as nations get caught up in that's
Okay.
saying that's the way the world is.
And this is a 4-week course.
This will be a 4-week course.
So
yes.
if people want to sign up for a register for Osher at Mizzou, again, they go where?
They go to osher@mizzou.edu or osher.missouri.edu.
Okay.
And you can find it there.
Now, how many? Just off the top of your head, how many classes? are there?
16. We're offering
16.
16 unique classes. They meet once a week for about an hour and a half, Monday through Thursday.
For
And they're
folks
different locations.
50 and older.
For folks 50 and
50
over.
and older.
For
Yeah.
okay, you have to be 50 and over.
That's correct.
Got it. All right. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Tomorrow we have Ed Hansen Talking Horse Productions on. We're out of time for today. Want to remind you our program directed by Travis McMillan, Reynolds Journalism Institute. Audio is Pat Akers, KBIA. Our floor director is Maggie Noble, and our assistant producer and guest coordinator, Uncle James Mauser.